All right, so the first step in these dill pickle beef ribs is to get the ribs out of the package into the pan so that we can start our dill pickle juice brine. Okay, so now that we got the beef ribs meat side down into the pan, we're not going to be doing any sort of membrane work here because on beef ribs, if you pull the membrane, they're just going to fall apart. I am going to do just a little light scoring across the membrane. Nothing too heavy, but just something to kind of let some of this pickle juice get in. And we're going to pour this stuff right over the top of the beef ribs until they're pretty well submerged. Gonna be some pickled beef ribs. I really hope these turn out the way that I think they're going to. We're going to let these brine for a couple hours, refrigerated. I'm going to cover them with foil, let them sit for 2, maybe 3 hours at the max. I don't think that it'll do them any good to go any longer than that. It might actually create a weird consistency to the beef. So let's get these covered up and get them into the fridge, and then we'll get them into the smoker after that. Well, my 2-hour brine turned into more of like a 4-hour brine. Y'all know how things go on the weekends. 4-hour brine. Let's get the tinfoil off of here and have a look at our beef ribs soaking for 4 hours in our dill pickle juice. It does not look tasty at all. But looking tasty before it's cooked and being tasty after it's cooked, that's 2 different things. We're gonna put on some gloves. We're gonna get these things transferred over onto the cutting board. I almost put it on my right hand. Y'all saw it. Y'all were here on this day. Zach caught himself for the first time in his entire life talking and thinking at the same time. Can you believe it? You were here on that day. You were there. And, you know, it may not seem as exciting to y'all as it is to me to know that I can think and talk at the same time, but it's exciting. And also, I would recommend not putting quite as much pickle juice as I did in here because I was toting this up to the fridge, spilled half of it. But we got a nice change in color on the beef, kind of that green pickly look to it. Yummy. It took on some color, baby. It took on some color. So we're going membrane side up on this. What I'll do is I'll just put this pickle juice right back in the pickle jar, put the pickles back in there, and nobody's even gonna know. They'll know. They'll definitely know. All right, but all we're gonna be seasoning this up with today is a little bit of Lane's salt, pepper, garlic, and a little bit of extra coarse grain black pepper. I don't wanna overpower the pickle too much. I wanna get some of that flavor and see what it's about on the beef. I'm just gonna season up the membrane. I have done dill pickle juice on chuck roast, and once I wrapped it, and that turned out excellent. And that's what gave me the idea for this. And we'll just see how it goes. And this way, you know, maybe y'all can try something that I tried and we can all learn together. Hopefully it's a good learning experience. Maybe black pepper, pickle juice binder, pickle juice brine. And I could probably cut some of this fat off, but whatever. A little extra something to eat on, you know what I'm saying? Zach's All-American Pickle Beef. Welcome to American Pickle. I got any friends out there that watch Rick and Morty? Pickle Rick? If I say the words Pickle Rick, it makes me laugh. Let me know in the comments below if you know what Pickle Rick is. It's so funny. That show has a direct line to my funny bone. Oh, it's terrible. It's like terrible. So that probably says a lot about me. But it's also an extremely popular show, so I don't feel like I'm some sort of a, you know, outlier. I almost got this stuff seasoned up here. A little extra black pepper. We're gonna let this sweat on for just a few minutes. We got the camp chef today rolling at 250 degrees. I'm not sure what pickle brine does to the overall cook time, but I'm expecting for these to take a few hours. Cooking this beef just like any other beef, and we're going to be pulling it out of the smoker once it gets over 200, close to the 203, 205 mark. Let's go ahead and let this sweat on for just a minute, and then we'll be getting it into the camp chef. Like I said, we're cooking at 250 degrees. We got our beef ribs brined and seasoned. Get these babies in the smoke. I'm burning that B&B Championship blend, and I'm running some post oak in the burn pot. Gonna get a probe in those here in just a minute, and we're gonna be watching for the stall temp around 165, 170. So they're good for a while, and I'll see y'all in just a little bit. Ribs have gotten to that 165, 175 degree mark, and to help them through the stall, since I got started a little bit late today, we're going to go ahead and get them onto some foil and get them wrapped up. When you're wrapping these big things in foil, you want to be careful not to poke a hole. Let's go like this. We're not going to be adding any butter or tallow or anything like that. These beef ribs have got a lot of intermuscular fat that breaks down, keeps them moist, and so that's really all I'm going to be relying on as far as keeping them moist is concerned. But we're going to get both of these racks wrapped up like this and back in the smoker for about another probably hour. I'll be probing them with a thermopin and checking them for that 205 mark. But I'm already very happy with how these are looking. All right, so back into the smoker for another hour or so. We'll be checking it with the thermopin 1 from here on out, and then it'll be a short rest, and then we'll get into our beef ribs. Our beef ribs are at temp. I've been probing them, and typically what I'll do is I'll just kind of poke around until I find a thick spot in the meat. Luckily, I got lucky on my first poke today. 204 there, 204 there. Okay, so we've got great temps on those ribs. We're going to go ahead, start the shutdown process on the camp shelf and get the ribs off. So all right, so we're going to let these rest for about 15 to 30 minutes, something like that, probably closer to 10. And then we're going to open them up, check them out, see how we did. Everything's over 200, so I expect everything to be pretty tender and juicy. See y'all in just a little bit. It's the best time of video. It's when making the video is almost over with. Get to eat. It's like a double whammy of good. When you have kids in the summertime and they're like 3 and 5, lots of distractions going on. And these are still incredibly hot. Oh my gosh. No doubt they've been cooking the whole time. Got tons of rendered fat after putting the foil on. Just ready to rock and roll. Let's get that right there. We can let that breathe for just a second, and then we'll transfer them over onto the cutting board. Taste these Dill pickle ribs and see how they tasted and what did the Dill pickle juice do for the ribs. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this idea. Let the steam roll out, baby. I think they've been wrapped in this foil for about 20, 25 minutes. Still just smoking hot. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Let's go ahead and cut these up. See how they're doing. Whew, they're still so hot. So we got the 2 racks. Dill pickle beef ribs, man. What's up? Got the, pull the bone out. Not quite as tender as I wanted them to be, but still, like I said, you can remove the bones, so you got a nice tender bite. If you still got sensation in your hands, because the nerve endings have been burnt off because of the hotness. A little cut here, and we'll get a couple bites in. See what's up with these dill pickle beef ribs, man. Try not to cut my little plastic nubbin off the end of my gloves like I did the video the other day. So we've got really nice rendering of the fat. Just pull apart, kind of like a roast. That's good. That is good. Yeah, that dill goes really well with the beef. If you don't have pickle juice, you could probably just put some white vinegar and some fresh dill in the soak. I think maybe, I kind of let this go for 4 hours in the soak. I think maybe 2 was the right idea from the get-go. But this is really good. If you're looking for, you know, a different way to cook your beef ribs, spice it up a little bit, change your flavor profile, this is the way to do it. Anyway, guys, y'all let me know what you thought about this cook, dill pickle beef ribs. It was a fun cook. I enjoyed doing it. I got beef in my teeth. Thanks for watching. Come over to American Smoked Carnivores on Facebook sometime. I'm in there every day. Right now, we've got a giveaway going. As soon as the group hits 2,000 members, if you're a member, I'm going to give away a meter plus to one of the members. So make sure that you're part of that group when the time comes. Be one of the first 2,000 members. Thanks for watching. Smoke on, and I'll see y'all in the next video.